I made a technical mistake in the previous live stream, so I just had to go and do some configurations on the device. But we are good to go now. We will be covering some of the books that I have just recently purchased from the store, from the comic book store. What I do with the comic book stores is that this is the first time where I've actually sort of left my name in as a membership. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is basically just inform the store owner which titles you are interested in. And what they then do is that every month they will, when the title is released, the new issue is released, they will come and put it in your folder. The real benefit that you get out of it is that he will offer you the book, he will sell it to you at a slightly discounted rate. So maybe, I'm forgetting, is it 10, 20 cents off? I'm not sure. I forget. But there will be a discount that he will offer. So that's why it's only something I did recently where I got a membership, or at least I became like a regular registered customer with the store. Didn't know that they provide a discount on those purchases. So anyways, that said, I would recommend that, yes, if you ever have to go, if you're buying something regularly, then go to your comic book store and ask them if they have some sort of a membership program. It should not cost anything. I don't think it costs anything in other places. This store where I got this from, it didn't cost anything. So that's great. All he's doing for you, he's collecting the titles that you want into his file. He's keeping them until you come in, buy them. That means you might have, depending on how many issues or titles you're interested in, you might have 5 to 10 comic books ready to go. So I've got a whole pack over here. Okay. And what I want to do is I want to go through this pack and show you what they all are. So excuse me if I'm shaking the phone a little bit. Let me just reconfigure myself. So we're going to go through the new issues that I've just collected from the store. They've piled up a little bit. Hey, Richard, how you doing? I'm just going through some of the stack that I've purchased recently from the store, and we're going to go through each of these issues, and let's see how they turn out. So again, you'll find that, yes, you are, Richard. You are the first one here. Thank you for commenting. All right, let's dive into it. So this is Thundercats number 9, and this is, of course, not this is a Dynamite publication, so it's not mainstream DC and Marvel, and that's good because I've sort of moved away from it. The Thundercats new book is somewhat interesting, I will say. The stories and the characters, the illustrations are pretty good. By the way, for those who love the retro stuff, Dynamite is also publishing Johnny Quest and Space Coast. So for those Hanna-Barbera lovers, as Richard, it sounds like you're certainly a fan of those. You will find Dynamite publishing there. So I've not read this book yet, but I will be. And this one I just got done with. This is book 8 from the Thundercats new series. This was pretty good as well. What they've tried to do is that they've tried to address each character's individually, although all of them are in there, but they're just trying to build up storylines and for each of those characters. All right, and so I've not read number 9 over there, and number 10 I have not read either, but I will. Yes, Richard, it actually is pretty cool. So if you're not buying these but you are interested in trying them out, Thundercats so far I will recommend. Oh, by the way, it looks like Dynamite is about to publish Silverhawks as well. Okay, this is something that I'm actually interested in and I'm looking forward to, so I will be interested in checking this out. The Silverhawks are coming to the comics, and you've got multiple variant covers. It looks like, was that a Simpsons cover? Simpsons type? I don't know, but this is something I'm looking forward to. So that's why I've moved away from. It glitched. Okay, that's why I've sort of moved away from these things, the mainstream titles, like the DC, Superman, Batman, because I think they're just a little. I'm bored with them, and I don't even like the direction they're going in. I have not read this book. Good, Richard. Good to know. And speaking of mainstream, so I am still not that, you don't give me that much free, because that, because I did purchase the Batman 89. Okay, this is a limited edition series, Batman 89. The first volume was, in fact, quite good. This second volume, Echoes, I'm sorry to say, is not as fun, is not as interesting. I think they just tried to capitalize on that 89 vibe, but volume 2 is not fun yet. Yeah, the art is just okay for me as well. I mean, I think it's the same art that was being used in volume 1. But I'm not having a very good time with Batman 89. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people who likes to sort of complete the storyline. Okay, and so I am still buying them, but I should be done with it really soon. So 3, 4, 5, okay, 6 left, and then that's it. I'm moving away from Batman 89. One thing I did like about DC, when James Gunn came in, he sort of went for an update. So they did update the DC logo to the old 90s style. So, or even earlier than that, is it the 70s, 80s, and 90s? So I actually do like this DC badge that they've got over there. It just looks really nice. Really nice. Okay, so let's just put these away for a minute. I want to take you to back to the world of Thundercats. They did release a Chitara comic book. Okay, um, I've only read, I think, 2 issues, and I just got number 3 and number 4 is there in the pile as well. Chitara, I think it's okay so far. They're just trying to show a little bit of the past, when Lionel was still a young kit. So far it's okay. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be sticking with this, because anyways, it's still early. So but I do have 3, and I did pick up 4. Oh, hold on a second. I apparently have not really caught up on the Chitaras, because I have 3 issues which I have not read. So I need to really up my game and start reading this. Richard, they are actually pretty good. I would suggest give it a shot. Here's the thing, and this is how what I've been communicating in my previous videos as well. If you're going to be spending $4 or $5 on these books, right, it's about $4 or $5, right? And if you're going to be saying spending 30, 50, more than that on these books, that is equivalent to 2 subscriptions, streaming subscriptions, right? 8, 9, $10 per month. So I don't want people wasting their money on things. That's why I like to give my suggestion based on of course, my opinion. It's my suggestion. I don't want people going out spending money on things and then later realizing that, oh, this was pretty wasteful, right? Because it's a lot of money that you're going to be spending on these comic books. But my suggestion, my recommendation is that you certainly can go for the Thundercats, Chitara, yes. Batman 89, if you're curious about it, I suggest let it be. It's not that great. If you want to go for Batman 89 Volume 1, that is fine. Volume 2, not so much. Okay, so I'm gonna have to prove myself wrong here again, because there is one main DC book that I'm still purchasing, and that's World's Finest. I am not 14, sir. I am much, 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 much older than that. You can more than double, at least, if not triple, I would say. Anyways, so here's World's Finest. The reason I'm getting World's Finest is for 2 reasons. One, they are actually writing stories for multiple characters. So they're short stories, and that would have been one of the other reasons. Short stories, multiple characters, right? So, and this is a little bit in the format of, I'm an 80s born, so I enjoyed the 80s decade. So with these, you'll find some of the other side characters like Batmite and some of these other characters where you wouldn't actually get to read about them. That is the reason I buy World's Finest. So if you are interested in staying connected to the DC world, but not really reading through a single character comic book, go for World's Finest because it will give you multiple storylines. So that's why this is actually still interesting. I have not read these ones, so I need to get into World's Finest. It looks like I've got a couple of issues here. So now you're seeing Wonder Woman in this book as well. So it does say Batman, Superman, World's Finest, but you are going to be reading on other characters and lots of other characters. Okay, so this book I've been buying this for over 1.5 years now, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing. Every time I take this home, and I keep having this thought: do I still want this? Do I still want this? The flip, where's Superman? Anyways, I'm still thinking about it. I mean, I like the fact that there are multiple characters in this book, but anyways, so I'm just gonna keep it up then. It is just one title from the DC, so no big deal. This is Superman. All right, so there's that. You can see that Eclipso is also featured on this book. All right, so there might be some continuity. Maybe one or two books might be a continuous storyline. Other than that, they might be mixed. So I wonder if I can show you some of the mixed characters in this one. I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got Green Lantern there. Flash is there as well. Green Arrow is there as well. So, and it's not a Justice League book, right? It is not. So you're getting to see all these other characters. So that's kind of cool. Oh, it looks like the Justice Society is there as well. That's nice, right? Yes, it is daytime. In fact, it's the afternoon here in Ohio. We are at 4:49 p.m. And let's continue the review. Darkness Falls. So that's a very nice cover, actually, I will say. World's Finest. I actually like this title page. It's like super big, and it's like a 2-page. So that's pretty good. So you can see this book continues into part 2. So there is stuff happening, but this is it's a different illustration. Of course, Superman and Batman are there. Oh, but look, here you go. When I was talking to you about different characters, look, you've got Dr. Fate in this one. The original Flash is in this one. Green Lantern's in this one as well. So a whole collection of. I need to go to read this book. Actually, I have not. This has been piling up for some time, so I actually need to read it. Where are you located, Richard? I'm curious. That means you must not be in the United States, perhaps. Versus the Eclipso Horde. Another interesting. Oh, look! Looks like they're bringing back that 90s Batgirl. UK, great. Hopefully, with the and I'm getting off the subject matter of here, but hopefully you guys will be spared from the tariff wars that it's happening right now. Anyways, so let's see what's happening. All right, so we're still on World's Finest. Let's continue to move on. This looks kind of interesting, actually, by the way. Become the Knight only on MetaQuest. So this is actually a pretty cool thing. If that's a game, then I'd certainly be interested in learning what that is. All right, let's continue to move. Oh, looks like we are still on World's Finest. Oh my God, that means I've got 5-6 issues that I have piled up and I've just not gone through them. Okay, well, oh, by the way, look, you can see Batgirl's in there. Yep. Oh, Jinkies? Seriously? Was that Scooby-Doo? What is that? I'm just curious, is that Scooby-Doo in there? I'm not sure. Anyways, so that is World Finest. So it looks like I've got a whole bunch of World's Finest that are sort of collected over there. Okay, folks, look at this. So yes, this is indeed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday morning adventure. So for those folk who used to watch the Teenage Mutant show in what's it called, back in the late 80s or early 90s, this is very much that version of the Turtles. Okay, a very light reading experience. You don't have to be invested in the storyline. You can start at any issue number, so it's good. I'm thinking there must be maybe 15 books in there that I've not read yet. So it is a weekend, so I'm going to be taking reading a couple of them starting immediately after my live feed. So that's okay. Keep on talking. I'm all right. I'm going to try to focus on the chat box as much as I can, but I am trying to take you all through the book as well. So, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This has been a very fun read for me. Let's see, which issue am I on? 16. That means I've been buying this for over 1.5 years now. For the last 1.5 years, I've been buying this book. It's fun, it's light, you can just just swift through it. No big deal. But it's certainly a little bit what's it called, nostalgic. So if you like that stuff, if you like this kind of stuff, I would recommend this. This is costing about $4. um Sorry about that. I don't know what it could be glitching. My internet is. I'm actually not even. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, so I don't know why it would be glitching. Too bad you had to face that sort of encounter that sort of experience. Anyway, so the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle is a fun story. You will get to see. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You will find Shredder and some of the classic villains in this book. Some new villains as well. They are all in here. You will find this book in variant covers if you're interested in, if you're the type of person who like to buy books, with variant covers. So you can find that. They are still publishing Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, if you like to buy that stuff. And here is just a preview of some of the others. So this is cover B. This is cover A. Let's see what else we have. Oh, this is just showing next issue. Usually they have about 4 or 5 different covers with these books. Is this a cover? No, it's not. Okay. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. All right, next book. Let's go to the next book. What do we have here? Again, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. This is book issue number 18. Saturday Morning Adventures. It's pretty nice. One of the things I like most about this book is the art. And check this out. I want to show this to you. This is also a little bit of a fun gimmick. They've actually got what is a cast of characters. All right. So just like you may have found in the game as well, or some really old school comic books, they've got all the characters mentioned, and it's kind of fun that way. And you've got turtles in their old cartoon disguise there, right? So that's kind of cool. I have not read this book yet. I will be oh, there we go. Krang has appeared as well, apparently. That should be fun. That should be fun. I'm not sure who this villain is, so we will see. Like I said, I have not read this book yet. Next issue. I have that book with me. I think I'm not very fascinated with this cover, by the way. It's not that great looking. But there are, if you are one of those who like to go for the I want the regular Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and not the Saturday mornings, then you can go for their standard issue as well. All right, and let's get another book over here. So this is book 19. Oh, so that means I've been buying it for nearly 2 years now. Well, here we go. April is also featured in this book. April O'Neil. She looks just like what she did in the cartoon. So that's nice. I like that. That's kind of cool. You can just visualize this book with the old theme songs that would play in the cartoon. Check it out. The old villains are back. You've got Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang. They are all in this book. And again, this is one of those books that you can just pick up any issue and start anywhere, because the continuity might only be there for 1 or 2 issues. It would not be there throughout necessarily throughout the year. So that just makes it an easy read. What is this? So this actually does look like a pixelated version of Bebop. So that is interesting. But it's a fun book, I will say. It's a very casual read. You'll get through it quite easily. I will be reading this book. I think maybe, you know what? I might go ahead and read the Turtles first after my live stream. Some of the covers are kind of nice. This one, cover B, looks kind of nice for this book. I'm not sure who these, what these titles are. My Little Pony, seriously? Yeah, that's something I would probably not buy. The new version of the My Little Pony series is questionable, I think. The original one was very well. I mean, it was supposed to be girlish because that's what the customer base was at that time. But I think, you know what, the My Little Pony, the toys at that time were kind of cool actually, with the long hair and stuff like that. But I never had them. Well, look, it is what it is. Anyways, it's all good stuff. I mean, it's all contemporary and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah. And you can see they're still advertising Sonic the Hedgehog and oh, what? It says don't miss the double-sized arc finale. 75 for Sonic the Hedgehog. Okay. So that is a lot of books that I need to get through. It is a huge pack right over here. I don't know if I'll be able to count it, but I think there are almost about 20 books in here. Let's see. Let me take a quick look at it. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 books. There are 19 books over here, so there's a lot of books to go through. Of course, in some of my previous videos I have showcased some of the other titles and some of the other storylines. What I do want to do is next time I do want to take you through some of the individual titles and go through some of the story arcs, because that's important. If you have to buy a book, you might as well be exposed to some of the more popular storyline. So I will show some of those. I've got a couple. Like I said, I've got tons of these books, and the ones that are really worth it, I do want to let you know about that. There's some really great X-Men titles, X-Men stories. Although I'm not a regular buyer of X-Men, there's some very good Wonder Woman stories as well. But more so, like I said, I've moved away from the mainstream books. So there will be some of these side titles, or the sister titles, or whatever you want to call them, limited editions. Oh, this is Batman 89 Echoes. They seem to have picked up the imagery from the movie. But geez, I just wish 89 was as good as the movies. This story was quite boring, I will say. Literally by book 2 I was bored. I was like, where are we going with the story? I'm just not interested. And yet Batman 89, the volume 1, was really good. Unfortunately, this is how it is with some of these storylines, where sometimes they're great, sometimes they're not. It's like creating a sequel to a movie. It's either going to be a great hit like The Dark Knight or Sonic 2, or so Lord of the Rings, great sequels. But a lot of times people just fail at sequels. Wonder Woman in 1984 was rather not that great, right? Aquaman 2 was not that great. So that's the problem with sequels, and I guess that's the same case with comic books as well. You'll either get it right or you will not get it right. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start off with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first before I move on to Thundercats, and then ultimately I'll get through that stuff. But by the way, here's another look at a Johnny Quest story, The Perils of Team Quest. Right, and by the way, they did update it, so now it is 2024. All right, and then you've got Space Ghost. Yeah, right. Okay, Journey to the Planet of the Beast. I've not bought this book yet. I was thinking maybe I will, but I have not I'm not sure. I mean, Space Ghost is nice, but it's not something that I would like actively pursue. And same is the case with Johnny Quest. I mean, it was a nice show, but it is what it is. Yeah. Anyways, so we're almost half an hour down in our show, in our stream, so I'm gonna wrap it up now. Join me again next time, folks. I will be continuously reviewing these books and let you know which is the best ones, which is the ones that I like and which I don't. So I don't want you guys spending all that money and then realize that, wow, it was not even worth it. You might as well get someone's opinion on it. If it's my opinion, wonderful. Hey, why not? Or otherwise, what I do also do is, and sometimes when there are stories, then I would just suggest that you can just go to. There are lots of YouTube channels out there that are giving you a sneak peek at comics or giving you a review of those stories. I'm not giving a review, but I will say that I will sometimes suggest that just go and read the review rather than buying the book, because the book might not be as fun as it looks. So, and if you're like, for example, if you're buying Batman 89, this is like $4, six, and there's 6 issues. That's $25 right there that you're going to be spending on books. And if it's not worth it, then think about what you could do with $25 in a month, right? So there's that. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. I will catch you next time. For those who have not subscribed, please do just turn that bell icon on so that you know when I'm live. And I will see you all next time. Thank you very much.